Welcome back to the channel. Man, it's good to be back. I have not had an opportunity to do a single release video in over a month and a half, almost 2 months. But we've kept up on the live streams. But you know, enough about all that. You guys have been following the channel. You follow the streams. You follow us on Twitter. You know what we're doing. If you're new here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button. Ding the bell for notifications. There's memberships available. If you're interested, you can join in via Kazooian. But today, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a doozy to talk about. And of course, I would waste no time jumping right back into the fray, the thick of bad entertainment, reimaginings, reboots. Today it happens to be Robin Hood. Now, I was, not the biggest Robin Hood fan as a kid. I, seen the story, the Disney version of it, the classic movies, the Errol Flynn to the Kevin Costner to Men in Tights. So, I'm not a huge, I haven't read all the books or anything like that. But the TV series, movies, things like that, they do interest me. I didn't watch I believe there was a Colin Farrell version maybe with Jamie Foxx. I don't know. Did not watch it. Was aware of its presence or some kind of reboot. Anyway, today, I'm back and I start rambling during the intro to the video already. Today we're talking about a reimagining that not only gender swaps Robin Hood, but race swaps him as well. I know, color me shocked. Let's get into the video. Monkeys, roll the footage.
Achoo! Bless you!
Time out! Excuse me, bad guys. Gotta get pumped. Okay, honkies. Time in. Yeah, that works.
I like
all right,
that a lot.
okay. All right, moving on.
Hey, what about Tulip?
Persian! Give them nothing, but take from them everything! Is there something left for me to save in the wreckage of my life?
Global TV begins production on Robin Hood, series to quote-unquote reimagine classic English folk hero as a black female Gen Zer.
What?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this from Bounding into Comics to go by Spencer Bakuli, but I haven't had a chance to talk about it yet, and I really wanted, once I saw this, I'm back from vacation, to touch on this. And yes, the studio, as you know, is all but finished up, confirming not even the Sherwood Forest can offer protection from the current state of Western entertainment. Canadian television network Global has announced that production has begun on Robin Hood, a new small-screen series which will, quote, reimagine the English archer of legend as a young black female Gen Zer. And this just calls into question the overall judgment of these folks in charge of developing these series. Did anybody ask for a new version of Robin Hood? Was there a clamoring for a reimagining and gender and race swap of Robin Hood?
Are you fucking high?
This series and any critique of it, preemptively or post-release, will be met with the same vitriol by the same cadre of lunatics who defend this sort of thing, which happens all too frequently in modern entertainment, and they're going to be throwing out the generalized ists and phobes, the NPC-like responses that are commonplace in smooth-brained fools that support this kind of, basically blackwashing is what it is. Let's be honest. Over-representation of characters. And this is the caveat to this all, and this all goes back and correlates to the response to the quote-unquote don't say gay bill, which never mentioned the word gay in it. And you're telling me that this is all right. This is fine to over-represent, because that's what they want, is over-representation of gay characters, characters of color, more so than what their actual representation in the population is. Say, for example, if we wanted to see proper gay representation, you're talking 6% of the population, or 6 to 13%, I believe it is. And then if you're talking, people of color, black folks in general, representation on screen to be 13%. and it goes on and on. So, you know, so this is the problem, is where they're wanting 50% of the characters on screen to be gay in 10 years. So overrepresentation is an actual thing, and it is a problem. Now we'll look back into this article, but there's a few other points I really want to give my opinion on here. Following its original development announcement in January 2022, the upcoming 8-episode miniseries officially entered production on June 20th in the Toronto and Hamilton areas. Created by Canadian music video director X and featuring a story by Orphan Black story coordinator Chris Roberts, the 8-episode near-fi action drama is described by Global as a contemporary reimagining of Robin Hood. Now, here is the original article over here from newswire.ca. I believe this is casting stuff. But here we go. Global series, scripted series, Robin Hood begins production June 20. So they break down the cast and characters here. So we're going to, we'll be looking at that a little bit more here later. But I want to move through this article as we see some artwork here from the Arrow comics, which Green Arrow Volume 2, The Black Alchemist from 1991. I don't think they'd let him kill. This guy looks like he could be a indigenous person. This evil white racist just killed him for no reason.
You've got to do better.
As per synopsis of the series provided by the network, in this modern take on Robin Hood legend, Robyn is a fearless young woman who is not just another superhero with abilities normal people don't have. She is a Gen Zer driven by the injustices of today who embraces the heroic, hopeful, and playful elements of the world's most recognizable folk hero, it continues. She learns to fight for what's right and to care for and lead her followers. And like all Robin Hoods since the first ballad, Robyn holds those in power to account by using their greed against them to help her community.
Kill Whitey!
So that seems to be all coded language for this will be a strong, independent black woman who don't need no man, and all the villains are going to be evil, snarling white men. They want to reimagine this European folktale. Right, the European folktale. They want to reimagine that under a modern lens. And what better way to do that than to make the male hero, the white male hero, a black female, and then all the villains will be white, or they will be, the main villain will have to be a female, because number one, if they want to develop any sort of, you know, sympathy from the audience's character, she's going to have to suffer some losses. She's going to have to take a few L's. And you can't have a white man hand a woman of color an L in modern entertainment. You cannot do that. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but in any form of entertainment media today, you cannot have a man best a woman in anything. If a man is going to beat a female villain, he needs an equally strong female protagonist to help him, because no man is capable of beating a woman at anything unless they pretend to be a woman, and then, you know, they can beat him in swimming and cycling and MMA and all that stuff.
Now that I've started identifying as a woman, now that I can compete as female, I'm ready to smash the other girls.
Turning to the protagonist herself, Global explained, Robin Hood follows Robyn Loxley, a young woman whose masked hip-hop band, The Hood,
You serious?
is known for their inventive videos and anti-authoritarian message.
What?
Now, by anti-authoritarian message, I wonder if they're talking about actual authoritarianism, like practiced by those in the leftist cult right now, of canceling people for having dissenting opinions that vary from the hive mind, or are they talking about the fake, imaginary fascism that was ushered in under the bad orange man who made mean tweets, but pretty much everything else was running as it should? Is that what they're referring to? I think you and I both know what they're referring to. She lives in Sherwood Towers, a cluster of rental high-rises in a working-class corner of New Nottingham, a nearby city where the cost of living has skyrocketed, leaving an ever-widening gap between the rich and everyone else, they added. Welcome to Sherwood, my lady. This is Nottingham? What did you expect? Errol Flynn and Basil Rathbone sword fighting in the streets? That's funny. That's a smart reference.
And I have half the brain that you do.
The synopsis ultimately concludes with a hint towards the series' actual plot, teasing when Robyn finds herself fighting for her home and her family against local property developer John Prince and the sheriff of New Nottingham. Robyn and her band, The Hood, decide to fight back, righting the wrongs of the corrupt elite to give back to the people who are living under their regime. Alongside the series' production announcement, Global also revealed Robin Hood's principal cast, beginning with the news that Jessie Romeo, Kate Browning from Pennyworth, was set to lead the series as the titular Robyn. And this is, we see right here, she's the main character. This is going to be the strong, independent woman of color who don't need no man, who will be showing all the evil, white, snarling, patriarchal, racists, misogynists, transphobe, bigots, who actually runs shit. I'm sure she'll be, beating them down. She looks like she weighs about 105, 110 pounds. I'm sure she'll be, taking out 275-pound NFL linemen and, basically twirling them around on her finger and throwing them across rooms, because that's how you smash the patriarchy and white supremacy. Joining her will be Nakeem Provo, Simon, the right one, Idrissa Sanogo, young man, Titans, Daniela Karlamova, girl in the classroom and the boys, and Jonathan Langdon, Hudson, run the burbs, as Robyn's Hood bandmates. The series will also feature Sidney Coon as attorney Marion Fitzwalter, Ian Matthews, Frank, Orphan Black, as the villainous real estate tycoon John Prince, and Kira Guloyan as New Nottingham's sheriff. All right, so these these right here, Ian Matthews. All right, let's see. He's going to be the evil real estate tycoon. This is Ian. Okay, so any surprises as to why Ian Matthews is the bad guy? Is there any questions on why he's the bad guy? No? Okay, let's move on. So now we have, going back to the article here, we have the evil sheriff. Let's see, Kira Guloyan as the New Nottingham's corrupt sheriff. Okay, so this is Kira right here. A rather striking redhead. She is, of course, the evil, corrupt sheriff, because, again, she has blue eyes. I don't know. You tell me. And here is Manuel Rodriguez Sanz, who is going to be playing, let's see, Miguel Rodriguez Sanz will be the rival rapper, Guy Gisborne. So he's going to be the villain. So evil man, which I'm shocked that it's not another white guy. Evil corrupt sheriff, evil corrupt land developer. So I mean, is there any question on what is going to happen in this show? Now I know somebody's going to say inevitably in the comments, you bigot, you're just racist, and you're saying that no. We know the story has always been about take from the rich, give to the poor. Okay, that's fine. But you're using this story under the modern lens to push a false narrative. That's the problem. That's where the garbage tier faction comes in, and they interject this modern ideological contemporary garbage. And whenever they say it's contemporary, that means it's not going to hold up in the long run. In 100 years, people are still going to be reading the story of Robin Hood, the actual Robin Hood. They're not going to be watching this show going, yeah, remember when Robin Hood was a black chick and her merry men were a band of rappers called the Hood? Yeah, that was the real Robin Hood. This is a European folktale that's being bastardized by ideological hacks who have no interest in entertaining, only indoctrinating and spewing gaslighting propaganda to make people feel bad about the melanin in their skin. That is wrong any way you slice it, folks. And of course, her mom, Tressie Loxley, she's an activist. Because why wouldn't she be an activist? Shit. So this is the new Robin Hood here. So bye Kevin Costner, Carrie Elwes, you know, like I said, Errol Flynn. Here's this girl who's, you know, she don't need no man to tell her, you know, what time it is in New Nottingham. She's Robin, and this is the Hood, her band. And they're going to fight injustice through rap music. You know, and I wonder if they're going to end up like Rage Against the Machine about 20 years later. They'll stop fighting the power and become bootlicking morons who aren't anti-authoritarianism. They're basically pro-fascism now. But that's it. Let's take it home and wrap this thing up, shall we? So Robin don't need no man. She's got the Hood behind her. Literally, the Hood. How on the nose and stupid is this? This sounds like a room full of 55 to 65-year-old white executives wrote this. They came up with this idea. I mean, it's so box check. It's so box check. You can't even tell me that any part of this concept is like, yeah, this is going to be a tale for the ages, like Robin Hood has been. You know, it's a European folk tale, but for some reason it's got to have that fresh urban spin on it now with a sassy black female lead. And that is how we, you know, don't create new stories, but we just bastardize this stuff in the past. Like, remember when they race swapped Anne Boleyn? It's like, normally you think they race swap a character and try to make them out to be like a hero, you know, because these writers are creatively bankrupt and they can't create a new hero, so they race swap a character, you know, kind of like the piece of shit Ta-Nehisi Coates Superman that is never going to come out, never going to see the light of day. But so they race swap Anne Boleyn, who's a real historical figure. And it's like, did you not realize when you took this on that she was a whore who got her head cut off? I mean, like, you and then they'll be like, that's racist. That's like, no, that's what happened in history. She, you know, was the queen's sister and she started fucking the king and couldn't give him a son. And yeah, so, yeah, you know. But they're just doing this now. They're like, whatever, you can be black and you're black and everybody's black, except Joe Biden said we couldn't be black if we didn't vote for him. So I don't even know where that leaves us with a black female Robin Hood. And that's it, folks. If you've enjoyed this video, if you found it funny, if you found it entertaining, informative in any way, please feel free, hit that subscribe button. It's time. Hit the subscribe button, ding the bell for notifications, you know, comment, do all the YouTube things if you are so inclined. We do appreciate it here at the channel. And you know how we do, folks. Members get thanked proper on the way out the door. I'm Itepokuin from the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of yous. It is good to be back doing a single release video. So much more coming this week. I will catch you guys on the next one.
The following announcement has been paid for by the New World Order.
Up into the ring in just a moment or two for more exciting fucking action.
Get your own.
Take that, you bitch!
Oh, what the hell?
How'd you like that?
Hey, joke's on you. I have hepatitis.
Boom! I could do